Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Ursa. We're about to hit the modern age and we are well and truly behind, which means we need to come up with some amazing, fantastic plan to win this game as quickly as possible. There are a few things that I sense are on the way. A huge world war that we are unable to avoid and opponents that are, well, better at me in every yield. If we go cultural, there's a good chance people are going to get to the artifacts first. If we go science, there's a good chance people will hit the projects first. I'm not that expansive, so the chance of me getting good railways is tough, and militarily Xerxes on my border is an absolute pain. So what are we going to do? Well, first we'll have a look at our mementos. Currently we're rocking 9 culture per age but -3 science on happiness buildings, and I honestly think that remains one of the best cards that I could keep in. I could put in something like Eagle Banner, just raise the science a little bit. I could go for the seal to give me culture and gold on unique buildings and improvements, but I mean that is so nerfed these days. Or do we prepare for the inevitable war? Because here's the thing, I need my alliances. I need to make the alliances for my yields, which means we're going to be dragged into a war at some point. So do I take +2/3 war support on all wars declared against me just to give me the happiness edge? Is it worth it? Currently we're getting 3 happiness per age on quarters during a celebration. That makes celebrations infinite. Now I'm going to keep my cards. We're going to go for the yields, and today we're going to go for Nepal. Now we spoke about this before. Nepal are all about mountains. Roof of the world. All warehouse buildings apply to mountain terrain tiles, but they cost 1 gold and happiness maintenance. 30% production towards constructing the Wonder. The Highland Power Station, the Gurkhas, the Sherpas, all of these are incredibly fun. I can't wait to get stuck into this. We have the most ridiculous mountain placement. We own the Himalayas. There's still some space for me to settle into it. But as we load into the game, let me just quickly tell you a few things. Firstly, if you don't mind liking the video, that would be incredibly kind. And if you don't mind going to Discord, you can find the turn 1 save file for all of these games if you want to play along, as well as all the mod lists I use. I do use mods in my games. If you want to know which ones I use, they're all written on Discord. But let me show you the status of everything. Currently, we are rocking 240 and 273 culture. That puts me roughly equal with Ugandan Amina, very much behind Mongol India Xerxes, ahead of Prussian Napoleon, ahead of Russian Machiavelli, very behind Confucius's China, ahead of Shungshak Siam, and ahead of Tubman's America. Now, there's one thing that plays to my advantage, a very, very small green continent that I pretty much own. We're on a 3-way split. I have just got access to this yellow continent over to my right, and we have access to the orange continent to my left. This orange continent is absolutely massive. In fact, the purple continent's up here as well. We really are on the interchange of continents. So, rushing culture definitely is a good play here. If we can pick up enough artifacts quickly enough, we can dip into geographic society. So the first thing I do will be to immediately go down natural history, get some explorers, and find as many things as we can. We need as many artifacts as quickly as possible, and I shall save my gold to do that. Legacies though. Legacies are going to be interesting because we actually have the option of a Dark Age. Now this would be giving up 8 points if I took this, but 100% production and gold towards rail stations and ports and an extra resource slot. That would be throwing everything in on going for an economic victory. Is that my most likely victory condition? Probably not. I think culture is the one that is most likely to be the one. How many factory resources have we got? We've got a fair few and we can trade for more. It is tempting, but it would be throwing away so much to do that. Do I want to change my capital? I think in this instance, probably no. This is a really, really good capital. Just have a look at some of these mountain tiles already, by the way. We haven't really got into this game properly, but 10 yield mountains. Down here, we've got 13 yield mountains. All warehouse bonuses apply to these. We want to pick up as many of them as possible. And this is why alliances are so important. We are almost down to the culture alliance yields, the science alliance yields, and the gold alliance yields. That's why I'm really, really tempted to keep out of the Dark Age in this instance. I think I'm going to go with my gut and mats. We've got military or expansion. At this point, military is not really going to get me a lot apart from war support, which is tempting, but refunded food when getting a specialist, that's the sort of thing that really helps me to flesh my cities out more. Although, am I realistically going to use that? No, I'm going to be claiming mountains, aren't I? So let's go the military because I will get declared on and that will just help take the edge of the happiness issue off. This was giving me quite a bit of happiness, actually. I did have a lot of happiness from my religion. If I just show you the religious lens, we are yellow. Now, most of my religion was taken away. Okay, we didn't spread it quite as well as I'd hoped. We did at the beginning, but then it fell off. So we're not going to claim that. Instead, we will claim 2 cultural points and a diplomacy point. Lyceums and universities are really good, but I do want the science point. I'll take the 2, and I think I've heard talk that this isn't working. Is this right? In comments, let me know. Somebody commented to say that Lyceums isn't giving anything at the moment. So I'm going to go Enlightenment Golden Age for now, but I mean, if that's not working, that's really annoying. Okay, there we go. Policies taken. So I would like the Alliance culture. That would be amazingly good. We're going to go for culture and cities of at least 1 wonder. And okay, we've gone down the wrong one, but that's fine. Specialists give culture. That's good. Befriending independence is cheaper. War support, and then science for alliance. Percentage science repeatable. Start getting this one. Speaking of my alliances, I would like my original ones to resume, please. Easiest way to do that is to unlock merchants as soon as possible and send trade routes out. The more trade routes we can have, the better. Cartesian, you will become a city. Excellent. Jamin, of course you're a city. I think Radiatore we will make into a city as well. And Danny Darklord will just save up the gold for you. Everyone gets population. Look at the mountain yields. We're actually going to make sure we pick up all of these mountain yields because the production is relatively crazy. That production will lead to a very, very powerful economy. Those mountain yields are only going to get better as we go through the game. Silver. That's a good resource to pick up. Actually, how are my strategics? We have maximum coal, not much oil, and nothing else. Okay. Strategics we need to work on quite considerably. So many mountains to work in these settlements. I think I might let everything grow just for a bit. The army that's been brought forward is considerable. Philip's Potato of Doom. Zhejiang. 2 unnamed commanders that we've yet to allocate. And over in the New World, Morax is his own Calimbelly. Nice. Yeah, we got lots and lots of troops. In fact, we have the biggest standing army of the game. Maybe war is what we want to do. I don't know, but we need to get an ideology before we go anywhere near that. Look at these city parks though. We start with one that's 28 happiness in a single building. You know what? I think that's what we're going to be doing. That sounds great. Might take a little bit of production to get these things rocking, but we will. Oh, this one's only 22 happiness. Terrible. 3 policies. Look at this. Look at all that production and look at all the food. Okay, the Incan cards are finally making themselves known. That's excellent. Let's go for a bit of science. Oh, the economy is flourishing. And it's worth quickly peeking into the Nepal tree because we haven't really seen this too much. Food and science buildings receive adjacency from mountains. That's something that will come in handy later. Sherpas can activate on an unowned mountain tile within 5 tiles of one of my settlement's palaces or city halls. Unowned is the thing there. Path of towers is claimed back to the settlement and the mountain tile is improved immediately with a highland power station. That is going to be a lot of fun. All districts next to mountains get defensive fortifications. Brilliant. One time, but still funny. Combat strength adjacency towards mountains, doubled if it's in my own terrain. That'll be good on the defensive. I can gift a Gurkha to another civilization for more relationship and a wonder that gives me more relationship. Both of those are amusing. Extra influence on culture buildings, influence towards endeavors. Museums have extra great work slots. Mountains get extra culture. Okay, you know what? We're gonna turtle. We're gonna properly turtle in the mountains. We're not gonna be aggressive. Everyone's gonna have to attack us. By the way, the one thing I will say is if Xerxes attacks me, I will try and take Parsa because this has Gate of All Nations. That'll be a 2 war support swing and then we're laughing. Other than that, we're gonna sit and be as defensive as possible. Right now we take all resources out in the Grand Reset. These are my cities. Where does stuff go? Some resources need to be in the capital to have full effect. Otherwise, we're just gonna sort of move stuff around and that should be good for now. Resources give 3 food and 3 happiness if not assigned. I think it's better to assign everything. No, yeah, troops are kind of just gonna sit and wait. I might move my commanders so that they are closer to the front lines of danger. Daddy Todd, unnamed fleet commanders, kind of just, yeah, wait in my bay. We are ready as a reaction force if anyone does attack us. Is it Sherpas or Gurkhas that make our improvements? Sherpas. Okay, so these are Gurkhas. Gurkhas are the troops. They are faster, stronger, and more expensive. Very good. They'll keep me nice and safe then. All right, let's press next turn and we'll see what happens with the map. All the resources are reallocated. All of the city-states are placed. The question is, how much of my influence do I want to spend on other people? And how much do I want to spend on city-states? It is tempting to settle and befriend as many of these as we can, potentially. I think we might go for the 2 military as soon as we can, but there's no harm in going for science. I'm sticking to my guts. We're playing with city-states for a little bit, especially the ones I know are safe. We're not going for authoritarianism. Elective republic is where we're going today. Although I will just see with my allies and see where they've gone. Bureaucratic monarchy, authoritarianism. Everyone has gone bureaucratic monarchy. I'm going to do that so that I can have better relations with people. Let's do this. Yeah, let's play the strange game. We're playing the diplomacy game here. There's my first alliance. Farmers market? Yes. Danny Darklord, welcome to cityhood. 30% relationship change for endeavors. It's a good ability, but 20% gold is too good to turn down, so we won't. Let's just take it. 470 gold per turn. Excellent. There's natural history. And we now have land heritage, which gives happiness on mountains. That's the sort of policy that's going to just give us way more resources than you think it will. So in you get. We want mountains to be as powerful as possible. So this mastery is exciting because it gives sight range on explorers and means that you can excavate natural wonders. But natural wonders, there's no rush on that. You can do that anytime you like. So I think we're going to go social question first and then ride that through to political theory and then through to hegemony as soon as I can. So have a look at the continents bow. Where can I research? Only here. University. Oh, can you not use Golden Age universities to research? Is that a thing? No, apparently you can't. That seems ridiculous. Fair. I do actually have universities, but it's just not letting me use them. Fine. The first explorer, 910 gold. We're going to buy 2 or 3 of these and just move as quickly out as we can. Trailing in tech, I know. We're always going to be trailing in tech. So this is the most competitive continent. Let's see how bad this is. 1 artifact on the entire continent and it's up there. Okay, run. I don't think we'll get there in time. In fact, is it even worth it? Or do I might buy an explorer. I think that's actually a better thing to do. I might buy a new one up here. We'll be able to afford one next turn. That's so funny. 1,000 gold. Nice. And let's buy an explorer. I mean, I say cheaply. That was worth 1,800 gold. Do we need 2? I think maybe 3 and that's all we need. Now, remember, all mountains receive benefits from warehouse buildings. So I'm actually going to spend a little bit of time now buying all of the cheap warehouse buildings in settlements that have mountains. Like these saw pits are a great example. I'm not going to get rid of terrace farms. They're too good, but you can see the yields will start building up really nicely. That will help to pump the economy. 2 city parks are about to be finished. We were on 593 happiness. Let's just let that one go through. 631. It's an improvement. Steam engine, done. Now, academies. I'm going to try and purchase in a museum. In the meantime, now we start making merchants in my cities. I don't need many of them, but just a little bit of trading will help to neutralize and increase relations around the world. And is it worth improving my specialists at this point? The cards do have downsides to them. A little less food, but a lot more science, a little less happiness, but a lot more culture. Yeah, both of those are actually fairly good. We need more policies, but those improve just the yields to get me through the trees quite nicely. Oh, big super stealth thunderstorm there. 1 tile damaged. Just a plantation, but let's hope that nothing else gets killed. I'm just going to move my admiral just a little higher. And the thing I really like about merchants in the modern age is that you don't have to move them around the map. They teleport, which is brilliant. So you can just say, hey, where do I want to trade? Now, this will test. Can I make a friend of Xerxes? Improve trade relations. He accepts. Interesting. So if I send trade routes to Xerxes now, he will increasingly not attack me. Now that's gold. And you can see, yep, plus 10 relationship. Okay, that's good to know. Gold is really handy. It's probably the resource I'm most excited about because if I can buy in stuff at a much cheaper price, that's going to really mobilize the economy fast. Please don't kill me, Thunderstorm. Please don't do it. That doesn't feel good. That doesn't feel good. It went straight for my admirals. Oh, ouch. It took my wharf out. Took my fishing key out. Most importantly, though, these fleet commanders are very hurt. Move away, please. More gold. How many sources have I got now? 4 sources. That's an 80% increase in the value of my gold. Nice. Please don't kill anything. You're being really annoying, Storm. You're costing me actual gold here. And, oh, another flood as well. Oh, Super Stealth. 7 tiles damaged. Okay, it doesn't look like it was all me, but that's still so much gold. Repair the bank for 124. The sawmill for another 80, stone cutter for another 80, the wood cutter, 20 culture on a museum. Oh yeah, bam. That's a big towel, but I have just bought it on the same continent as before. I shouldn't have done that. I should have done it on this continent. You fool, Ursa. Save up again. Never mind. And we're going to keep pushing culture through, by the way. I want to go through the culture tree faster than I want to go through the tech tree. Probably. I think that's the way to go. 3 schoolhouses adjacent to mountains or 1 food on mountains. Ooh, I would would like the quest. The food's really cool. I'm going to take the quest, but the food is actually a very good option there. We need more policy slots in my government. There's too many good things happening, but we're going to pick one up with political theory. I'll give us another space. Nice. And we're going to start cycling through celebrations a bit quicker soon as well. 21 culture for another museum, and this one is more useful. This one I can actually do research on. Excellent. Speaking of, I think I need to settle on this continent. We actually need to have a museum on this continent. So up we go. I'll save up a little bit of gold for another settler. I don't think it'll cost too much. I'm also going to buy a couple of Sherpas. These things are really good to explore, and I actually don't know where Australia is, for instance. I might also go and explore a little bit more of America. They're so cheap. I think I will. Starting now to convert my towns into hub towns as they hit a bit of a population cap. I don't need to rush this. It's more of a case of, like, if it's going to take 20 turns for a town to get a population, I can't be bothered to wait that long. Another celebration. Finally, living standards. Look at all the happiness and gold that gives. Excellent. Show me more artifacts, please. Let there be more on these continents. There should be 2, and they're both up here. They're both in my lands. Excellent. That's really good. This explorer has found the first up there as well. Military Academy. Shouldn't sound so excited about that, really, should I? But I am. Okay, one more settler. You can see the continent split here. I'm going to settle on top of that tile right there. Now to electricity for laboratories. No, actually urbanization for department store and opera houses. They're too good on my yields. And yep, that's right. You read this right. Fishing keys give food to mountains. Don't ask. Don't ask, and I won't lie as to why. All of the cheap warehouse buildings. Get them all down. It's 100 gold. That is so totally worth it. Well, assuming that, you know, everything is near a mountain. Ooh, sorry. I'm going to have to get rid of one terrace farm. I apologize. Don't judge me too much, please. I'll replace it with mountain yields. That's fine. Sherpas can't explore. They can only look out, and the range of them isn't very exciting. I thought it would be a little bit like the Incan Scout. I'd end up using that, really. That's a shame. They don't appear to be particularly good. I need just a little squeeze of a boost there, I think. At least the schoolhouses are now beginning to get finished, which is reactivating a bunch of my specialists. That was worth 30 science. Amazing. And we're going to go straight for the scholarly network or the free tech. What tech would that give us? It would probably give me mastery, right? 4 turns worth of it. I don't think it's worth it. Not at this stage. We're going to go for the 5%. Yeah, I think that's the best choice. 3 production on the library. Yeah, the laboratory, I should say. That's perfect. Now we start to build the military academies. I think I shall accept the generous gift, and I will take the artifact. Yes, it's my first one. And we get another one over here as well. So we're on 2 now. Okay, cool. Right, go and claim this one. There's 3 culture on schoolhouses. We're getting those finished. And you can see, look at all of the mountains that are possible to be worked over in Lordrich. So another town was just settled nearby, right on top of where I just took the artifact. But that's okay. We're going to settle up here now. I believe this is going to have to become a city fairly quickly. Matt Beard is going to be sending 71 food per turn. I'm just going to spend, I mean, I'm making 900 per turn at the moment. It doesn't really matter. Let's start claiming land. Claim the mountains. All mountains must be worked by me. It is a non-negotiable. So we could pick an ideology already. Happiness and culture from democracy is really, really tempting. I'm going to just go down that for the happiness and for the culture on the specialist at the beginning, and then we're going to switch immediately back to hegemony. I would love to get some Nepal improvements soon, but we're not quite ready yet. We're not ready to go in that direction. Oh, 3 speech or land heritage. Land heritage is better for me. 912 happiness. The happiness build is real. It is real. It will hurt you. Well, Tubman, are you going to actually destroy this city? I was going to try working it, but if you are destroying it, it's not worth it. Hold on. I'll hold on a second, see what's going on. I will be making some settlement limits soon, and what I'm going to do is stick to a single continent, the green continent here. All of my settlements on the coast are all connected with each other. So Cartesian, Detato, Radiatore, Boaty McBoatface, and Danny Darklord are all connected. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep settling around the coast and stick to the mountains. So 1 in Korea, 1 up in Russia, 1 in Japan. We're going to make tons of hub towns, and our influence is going to go through the roof, because if they're on the coast and on the same continent, they will all be connected. That's the plan anyway. So I am democratic now. I can't see what's going on, but it doesn't look good, does it? Yeah, look, there's loads of army here. I don't think they're going to stick around for long enough. Fine, we'll work on this one instead. I just know that that's going to get killed before it gets anywhere near finishing. 2 more policies because we've opened up the ideology. Amazing. Science and gold. Economy's flourishing, everyone. Yep, it got killed. Knew it. Absolutely knew it. Never mind. Background henchman. I need one city in America, so we will convert you. You'll actually be getting all of the food from Callum Billy. Nice. Settlement limit, opera houses, department stores. That's a big tech for me. And I'm going to unlock the bridge. The more I see about the bridge bug, if you haven't seen the bridge bug before, it gives gold, but every time you put a bridge down in the same settlement, which you can do with big navigable river cities, it just starts multiplying and the yields become silly really quickly, and it's hilarious. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that a bit. Oh, I can trade with people now. Oh, I've been looking for these trades for a while. Okay, cool. I had a bunch of allies, but they were so far away from me, couldn't do anything about it, but it's fine now. We've worked it out. More gold for turns, free speech, almost up to 1,000 happiness. We're not quite there, but we're very close. Denounce me? No. How about Xerxes, you go away? Respectfully, how about you just go away? Have we considered that course of action? Have we really thought about it? Because I am up for it. I'm up for you just not. That's 1,000 happiness though. You've seen it. It happened. No one can take that back. And democracy has happened as well. Nobody panic. Democracy has finally happened. So, what are the worst cards that we have at the moment? 3 speech? Who needs that? Living standards? Ha! No. We're gonna have suffrage and fireside chats. I don't need to live well. I just need a fireplace to talk by. Excellent. Have 5 operas within 20 turns. I assume it means actual opera houses rather than one opera house that, you know, is just having multiple operas at. Is that what it means? I don't know. Oh dear. What do we want on diplomatic, by the way? I'm actually going to go down supporting and rejecting diplomatic interactions because that will come in handy as we look to build the relationship up with people. In fact, we get this farmers market sorted. I should have my second ally imminently. Up to 700 culture though. That's good. We don't need liberalism. No. Let's go back to the regular civic tree for now. These are all rubbish. They get me where I need to go. Find globalism it is. Well, I guess the game wants us to build opera houses, so we shall. Settlement 18. I realize we haven't actually put a couple of names on this. The new city in the north, which is going to be a very important museum, is the Falcon. And my North Korean settlement, this is going to be Glorious Petra. No desert to be found, but you don't need desert to be glorious. Not at all. So your job is really to kind of work as many mountains and resources as we can. I mean, these things are becoming rather ridiculous now. Mountain economy. I don't even need resources, let's be honest. What are resources even for? I don't know. Amina has joined the naughty government. Okay, I don't think we're going to be her friend for very long. But we get an artifact over there. Perfect. Right, let's go and research this. The orange continent, by the way, or the yellow, sorry, over in America, that was researched, but we just didn't have any explorers over here to take advantage of it. But that's fine. It's always a bit of a stretch to get over here. I'm just going to keep a bank of influence just to stop Xerxes from denouncing me every time. Oh, Napoleon's going to, but I mean, that's fine. And Tubman. Everyone's denouncing me. Oh, my democratic ways are just insulting people. Him and his voting? What's he doing? Does he think he's better than us? Well, the answer's yes. The volcano next to Glorious Petra immediately erupts. Look, I never said it was a good idea to settle here. I just said you should settle there. It's totally different. Electricity time. I'd like more specialists. We have some really, really good tiles and I want to just throw everything on them. Why is this ironworks giving 20 production? I mean, that's amazing. I don't know why. Geez, some of these are really good, these ironworks. Some of them not so much. Or they work on mountain terrain. Explicitly, they work on mountain terrain. Okay, well, that kind of explains it then. Second alliance. Yay! Okay, that'll boost the yields up increasingly. +1 artifact. We can finally get to the museum on this new continent. Let's go and see if there are any artifacts in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 tile continent. It's all mine. If it has just one, that would be a huge advantage to me. I can't really emphasize how big an advantage that would be. I just love the fact that specialists make me happier. This has no right to be this fun, but it is. Let's have a look. 2. There's 2. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. Yay. Hey, improvise. Use what the map gives you. Why not? Don't turn down the gifts from the map. That's what I say. My fun job is I'm actually forcing an alliance with Xerxes. He's trying desperately to denounce me, but I'm not letting him. And I'm building more and more trade routes, and every every time you do, the relationship just goes up and up and up and up, and there is nothing he can do to stop it. Look, that's a begrudging thumbs up. What are you gonna do? Nothing. I mean, merchants are getting expensive, and I guess he could join an alliance with somebody else, but he's not. He might actually go to war with me against Napoleon. Xerxes has joined communism. I think we might be able to just try and snag the friendship with him before he can get away. Oh, 1 cultural point. 168 culture because we get it for every alliance we have now. Nice. Come on, keep accepting. This is hilarious. Nationalism, we're almost there. The artifacts will reveal themselves eventually, but I do have 1 more settlement capacity, so here we go. Welcome Adam on the coast. Beautiful. A delicious settlement. Let's just now throw down everything we can. Expand the borders with all these cheap buildings. Coal. Coal is actually something that's relatively useful. Rail stations and ports. We're going to be building a lot of these, and actually there is 2 marble, but marble is fairly useful. I'll pick that up. 2 influence on trade routes, or -15 relationship between all civilizations. No. We're going to just be nice to everyone. Here we go. Oh, that immediately just hit me down on something. What was that? Opposed ideologies -18. Okay, we tried. I was like 1 turn off getting that alliance, but alas, it's not going to work. All right, we'll try going up with beautiful Machiavelli instead. Oh, we don't have any in range. I thought we did with Machiavelli. Have you lost more settlements? Why can I not trade here? You should very well be in range. I guess there's just no resources here. Madrid is out of range. Oh, goodness me. There's been no economic city-states this game to increase my trade range, which is slightly annoying, but never mind. However, we can ignore all that for a second. Let's put in living standards. Make everyone happy. 1,283 happiness. Oh, that's looking lovely. We now have 14 coal, by the way. If we start making ports, we should be laughing. And yeah, no, okay. So you want to start trading with me now, do you? You're communist. Oh, wow. Everyone's spying on me. I should take it as flattery, but I don't. Do you see how much more my production is working compared to the gold on the ports? The ports should be twice as expensive, but because I have 14 copies of coal, I can now manually build ports really successfully. So we're going to start to do a few ports now. Here we go. Ally is at war. Do I want to start getting involved in these? Hang on. You're all the way over here. You have a smaller army, smaller economy, and I have someone on my border. Sorry. Staying neutral. We might start breaking all of my alliances here, but to be honest with you, if that's what we have to do, that's what we have to do. The relationships are degrading heavily now. Never mind. We stay in the mountains. We do our own thing. We remain happy somehow. We build ports in 1-tile lakes because we can. That's just the sort of thing that we get up to. Nobody questions it. Everyone just says, of course. That's what Ursa does, and that must be absolutely fine because of it. There's a settlement limit. And here is my unique wonder, which I think might save a couple of alliances if we can build it. What we've got to do is find a settlement that actually has space. That may prove trickier than first said. Has it already been built? No, it hasn't. So what are the rules here? Why can't I build it? Must be built in tropical adjacent to a terrain. Oh, here we go. So it's as another. I've got 2 civs in a row that are tropical wonders only. Oh, well, this now counts as a mountain. It didn't count as a mountain for Machu Picchu, but it does count as one for the purposes of my wonder. Don't complain. Civ 7 gives, Civ 7 takes. Sometimes we just have to nod and go, of course. Of course, that's why. I should have known this whole time. Don't ask. Okay, there's another artifact. We're not far now off unlocking the last load. This is 11 turns, but we'll now try and unlock this. This will give us the next batch, and then after that point, we can start either building properly. We can look in natural wonders. There'll be a bunch of places to go. Tubman is lining up on my border. Background henchman. You be very careful there. I don't want you being killed. If Tubman attacks me, by the way, that's probably the best case scenario. Doesn't sound like it should be, but she'll lose all of her combat bonus if that's how she chooses to go. I'm on a mountain in Australia. My Sherpa climbed it. Unfortunately, that does look like a cannon. Okay, we managed to survive that attack. Quick, off the mountain. Oh, there's more people up here. Run away. 10% production towards constructing wonders. That's a fun narrative event. I like that. Any narrative event that gives me obscene amounts of benefit for seemingly no reason. Those are my favorite. The 20th settlement appears. Glorious port city of Oof. Not a huge amount of land here, I'll be honest, but we can make use of this. This is fine. As long as you make a good fishing quay, anything's possible. As I say, all of these 100 gold warehouse buildings all get put down, putting us immediately to 7 population. Then we'll pick up some marble for the wonder speed, and then after that point, it's all mountains. Are we due to get any more settlement limit anytime soon? I guess there is one in mass production and one in hegemony. Okay, so yeah, we are. I'll keep my eye out for more mountain locations. Actually, over in Japan, this might be a good place. There's more marble, 7 sources of it, and that's almost doubled my wonder production speed. America's got some spaces too, with some gold. When you got 5 sources of gold, we could easily have more. No, it's got to be on this continent. Focus, Ursa, focus. Look at that discount, 53%. That is a lot of fun, and my mountain yields are now up at 16 per mountain. This has been a fun playstyle. +1 artifact. Hey, guess what? We're on 6 now. That puts us ahead of everyone else. Am I going to be the first person to get to hegemony? I don't know. I just don't know, but we'll plan on getting to that point. Hermitage, because some of my land technically counts as tundra. We can build this wonder. Now, this gives me 3 more slots for great works. Not that that's a real problem for me, but the most important thing is it comes with a really nice teal roof, and that for me is the most beautiful thing. Oh, confetti cannons. 10% culture in cities that have a great work on display. Did I mention that bit? That bit's genuinely quite useful. So let's just make sure that we've scattered this stuff around a little. In fact, more museums. Put 1 down there and 1 down over here at the same time. Now we can move everything around and make sure that all of my cities have 10% extra culture. That's given me, like 20 more. It's not really worth it, but the optimization made me happy. That's the main thing. No, one of my Sherpas got killed. I was trying. We were trying to let them live for as long as possible, but the game had other plans. Alas, never mind. City-state though. Let's give you United Front. Naval units are stronger. Excellent. Now that we have radio, I think the best thing we can do is head to mass production. So let's head to industrialization and we can build railway. I like railway. Have I mentioned that in one of my playthroughs? I don't think I've ever really mentioned that. It's a little lesser known fact of mine. I have been known to enjoy a railway. Don't mind me, just buying a bunch of opera houses at the moment. We all like the opera. And there we go. Huzzah! You can either give us a cultural attribute point, 1,000 science, or an ideology path. Cultural. I like cultural points. Let's cycle through the extra repeatables now. 51 happiness on a single tile. Oh, this is a good leader. The joy of this playthrough. I hope it's coming across properly on camera because I've had a lot of fun here. Like a huge amount of fun. 20% gold. More slots for cool things like 3 speech. Let's reduce the cost of some of these specialists. Oh, that's way more happiness than it said it was going to give. I like it. I guess my memento's kicking in because my quarters get happiness, don't forget. Spying on me. Tubman. Actually, it's always good when you actually spot Tubman spying because she's very difficult to spot. Rail stations, industrialization. I think we might start building this stuff as soon as possible. Everywhere must have rail. Suddenly, nothing more has mattered to me. I have my actual wonder. Huzzah! So this gives me, I believe, 20 extra diplomatic relationship? Like whatever the score is that decides whether or not you like somebody. So it's harder to dislike me and easier to like me now, which is handy. And also Dogo Onsen, which as a reminder is no longer bugged, so it genuinely now gives you 1 population just in this city every time you hit a celebration, not in every city. I feel like maybe it should have given in every city rather than every settlement. I don't know. It's probably somewhere between the broken and non-broken options, but you know, it's been built anyway. That was hegemony. So, just gonna quickly have a peek in here. There's nothing I need to bring in. Let's have a look for artifacts. Now, this is now available. We go down to a museum, 1 on every continent, and we refresh this to see where the antiquity artifacts are. Currently, we've only seen exploration. The best bit though, is you actually get an artifact just for revealing them. As you can see, there's +1, and there are 4 on this continent, and they're all here. That's awesome. Okay, we'll send our explorers really quickly out to go and get these. In fact, I don't even really need to activate the next one. We might as well just claim all of these whilst we can. Do this in a limited way. We don't want the AI coming along with their explorers and stealing it all before we've got ours. Watch this boat. Our influence is 186. All my new coastal settlements are now all activated, and we've hit 232. Just find the same coastline over and over and over. This is how you rig the system. This is how you make it work. I've got 2 more settlers ready to go. 1 for that marble and 1 for these resources. And it's time for rail stations. Everywhere needs one. So we don't need to really be in this civic tree for any longer. Nothing else here is jumping out at me at being really interesting. I mean, maybe laissez-faire is not bad, but I can't keep putting it off. Let's now unlock the actual Nepal abilities, such as using Sherpas to get Highland power stations. Do I want to ally myself with Shongshak? And I see, this is the thing. You were at war. You were at war with Amina, and I'm not entirely sure I want to be pulled into a war with you. She is at war with everyone, and I do actually have troops on the border, but my trade routes are everywhere. I'm really sorry. No, I'm staying out of this. I'm being annoyingly neutral. What can I say? I am just annoying. I have built 2 wonders. This one, I think, gives me a little bit of yield for every suzerain ship I have with a city-state, I believe. The Oracle's there. The Oracle, I know, that's narrative events culture. Let's talk about that one. I know what that one does. This is a very gold roof. Oh, yeah, the paper basket one. I remember that. Oh, Eiffel Tower. That is yields on quarters. It's actually quite fun trying to remember what every wonder does. I think, let's have a quick look. That one is culture and happiness on quarters. There we go. That helps with the yields. Look, we're now up to 131 for a single tile. Delicious. Here we go. Activate on unowned mountain tiles. So basically what I've done is deliberately left a lot of mountain available in the middle of the map. I know. I actually thought about this. I was thinking, do I plonk a settlement in the middle? No. No, I do not. Sherpas are pretty cheap, aren't they? They are. So I'm going to just buy a few and hope that they solve all of my issues. Confucius has done the first milestone for space race. That's no fun. We don't like that at all. Let's have a quick look and peek. Yeah, look at him. Look at him going subsonic. So now we can do the Highland power station. Let's head down this way. 3 influence on culture buildings. We've actually got a few of those. I like anything that gives me influence. Hey, look, everyone. It's retrospect. What's retrospect going to bring to the party? A fishing key, a brickyard, a granary, a saw pit, and probably nothing else for now. But maybe later. Ooh, who knows? All right, let's head over to an unowned mountain. Remember, these units can actually travel on top of mountains, which is quite fun. See how easy it is to make these work. What are the yields here? 10.5 culture and happiness on that tile. Look at this. 149 yield on a single tile. Delicious. So just to confirm, you can't do this on mountains you already own. It's just worth pointing that out. It can be a little bit tricky deciphering it sometimes. Gift, Gurkha. I do like that as a concept. Would you like a Gurkha? Do we want 3 happiness in cities or 3 culture in towns? I mean, I'll take that. I've got way more towns. Oh, decent boost. Every time we settle on the coast, by the way, these hub towns get better and better. They're now worth 16 each, and they keep improving all of the other hub towns as well. I'm a hub town Ursa. Always said it. Always meant it. Here we go. Claim mountain. Activate on an unowned mountain. The path of towers is claimed back to the settlement, and the mountain is improved with a Highland power station immediately. Wha-bam. Oh, yeah. It goes back to the closest settlement, but this is just more yields. This is great. Oh, this could be so easily abused on really big maps. Mass production. We've unlocked factories. We have another settlement limit. So welcome to the lovely, wonderful Jivara. You know the drill. Flood this settlement with every building you could possibly want. All of them. All of the buildings. Claim mountain. Okay, when they go into the cities, they're very good. That's 12 production on a single tile. Nice. Time for some masteries now. Production buildings and production on oil rigs. Then we'll go down for production on mines and woodcutters. Just more production everywhere, please. Nepal expands with humility. 20 points towards the railroad tycoon path. Okay, cool. Also, we have new explorers. Let's find where all of the green artifacts are now. 4 of them again. 1, 2 in my northern borders. 3, 4. They're all in my lands. Well, isn't that unfortunate? That's my 10th artifact there. Confucius has gone communist. I feel like that's my last ally about to disappear. Never mind. We will make do because we have to, because we must. Now we're building factories. My first factory, and you can't start with anything other than fish. This is going to give me a 20% settlement growth rate reduction. Or I now need 80% of the amount. As we get more fish, this will become better and better and better. As you can see, more and more Highland power stations are being made. It's great. Claim them all, I say. Claim them all. Every single one. I wish I could pick which settlements they went to. That is the only only thing I would say. It would be very good to be able to manually allocate them, but I guess that would be quite, well, broken? Broken's probably an extreme word. It would be very powerful if that was possible. Also, now using railways to move my archaeologists around. Another power station. Another power station. 2 more. Surplus influence. I have 4,000 of it. I know. I'm saving it for a rainy day. I don't really know what that rainy day is, but it'll be there at some point. Now, watch all of my settlements. We're about to get walls in any completed quarter, I think. Is it quarter that's next to a mountain? Any district. Okay. Does it work? I don't see many walls. Okay, there's like a couple have appeared. Not as many as you would like to see. I kind of suspected that might be the case. Never mind. Extra culture from over here. Let's finish off our tree. Xerxes has done the first space race project. Basically, this means that all these people have planes now, which isn't ideal. I'm not a huge fan of people having planes. I think plainly that is a bad idea. Oh, this one's actually too far away. Oh, no. The Sherpas have traveled too far. Oh, well, it was fun while it lasted. I think we've basically claimed every mountain I can now. I don't think it's the most broken or powerful ability. I won't lie. But is it one of the most fun? Yes. Yes, it absolutely is. 12 artifacts, by the way. Almost there. My second factory. Should we go for science or... Let's just go for culture. Or buildings and wonders. That one's too good. Let's go for buildings and wonders. Sorry, Cartesian. You're going to lose a load of production here. But you'll get it back via percentages, probably. That's how this works, right? Pretty sure that's how it works. If it doesn't work like that, then I apologize. Museums have 2 additional great work slots. Mountain tiles receive extra culture. Now that is a card I would love to put in. 158 culture. Yes, we don't need to overbuild. No. Let's just make that number as high as possible. Do we want a diplomatic point or a cultural point? Interesting question. A very interesting question. I think the answer's got to be cultural point, just for the numbers, for the lols. Culture number goes up even more. That takes us to 1,951. Extent of light. We need to actually finish our tree a little bit. Background henchman, you can be the culture settlement. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, lovely. That now takes us to 2,200. Oh, it's actually displaced all of my artifacts because it had to think very, very long and hard about where all the slots were. That's really funny. Don't do that, please. We're on 13 and I need 2 more. Nope, scrap that. 1 more. Well, now we've got the culture we need. Doesn't really matter what we go for, but I would like 5% culture for every civilization I have a trade route with. It's quite a good wonder for me, I must admit. Late game Civ really is a choice of like, where do I put? I don't know. Just give me something. Actually, in this instance, it kind of makes sense to be putting down regular improvements because they increase the happiness around them. I'll keep going for specialists. These ironworks are ridiculous. Like, how do they give 23 production? Is anyone actually sure about that? I don't know how they're doing it. Quite a bit. 28 production on this one. I mean, really? The mountains gain... I guess they actually gain 2 production. All right, so maybe it's a double improvement. Huh. Well, okay, not complaining. Just building them. Tubman and Xerxes have gone to war. My 2 most favorite people in this playthrough. Why would you fight? Stop fighting. Don't do it. It's not worth it. And more factories. I forgot about factories. We've been building them everywhere. Whoopsie. Let's fill this one up with delicious tea. For more science. This one can be lots and lots of citrus and quinine in this one. Just in case we ever go to war, which is unlikely to be fair. What am I doing? I am actually gaining economic points now. Not very fast, but we are gaining them. Mountain Resort. Get it built. The first railroad tycoon is done. My explorers can now work on natural wonders. If I was struggling for artifacts, that would be a good way to get them. I'm not though, because as you can see, we just picked up the 15th. Nice. We can do our first flight projects now as well, which is cool. Onwards to aerodynamics as soon as we can. Up above 2,000 happiness. Yeah. Background henchman. You make yourself an aerodrome. Let's start on not the World's Fair. Transoceanic flight. The World's Fair will be done elsewhere, like probably someone like Danny Darklord. Or is this live? Yeah, we can fit it here. Your production's awful. Why is your production so much worse? My lord, Background henchman is by far the strongest city I've got. Okay, fine. You do the World's Fair then. Confucius is now at war with Machiavelli. Why is everyone at war with each other? I don't know. Anyway, here's a mountain resort that gives me a ton of culture for having trade routes with people. It's also got a very pretty little lake. I'm a huge fan of wonders that come with lakes. That is a big improvement for me. Oh, more lanterns as well. 2,500 courts per turn now. Beautiful. I'm staying out of this. I'm sorry. I am the big neutral party in all of this. Not getting involved. Another railroad point. Wow, we're getting through those quick. Shame it doesn't matter because here's the World's Fair. And there's a few things that I'm thinking about with this playthrough. Firstly, Nepal has crazy production. The ability to work mountains and then to throw so many yields on them is really good. The cities work well, but it's towns. Towns are where you get the production, and that obviously transforms into a ton of gold. Really quite strong. I am reminded how powerful it is when you settle on the coast in the same continent, and I really want to make a build all around that mechanic. That's really entertaining. And thirdly, diplomacy is so important, and alliances are really tricky to maintain because eventually you just get sucked into endless wars that never finish on Civ 7. Still, I love these TSL games. They are so much fun to do. Very peaceful run, that one. I say peaceful, we kind of just got attacked repeatedly, so I wasn't peaceful. I was attacked, but it was still very amusing. I think if either Kema or China had spawned in that game, it would have been very different. Maybe we would have been forced onto the islands a bit quicker. Still, look at that. Railroad points. And we were doing a space race. We just didn't do any ideology. 24 points in total. Not much at the end, which means I don't get many experience points for the modern age, but that's an Ursa problem. Overall, highly entertaining. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Any ideas for any more series? Let me know in the comments. Always happy to take ideas for what to play next. But until then, I'll see you all next time. Goodbye. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, The Nickerman, Daddy Bear Todd, Toon General, Kappa Yobby Virani, The Uncivil Engineer, Lillian, Radiatore, Technology Poet, Poppy Dude, Clibben Thirdas, Dayboy91, Mushkin Mandletort, Pete, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Indigenous 68, Teddy's Ursa, Barnaby Rex, Charlie Bears, Nate the Great, Alex Frost, Mean Penguin, Interplanet Janet, Frankincense Battlezord, Bookaluk 79, Bob Loblaw, Geography Teacher, Juvara, Morax, Sinikush, Echo Bear, Deja Fu, Kovawoo, Legally Trash, Is This Live, Sorted Dutch, Rad Bickley, Shadow of Gaia, Flower Power Bear, Dan Jamo, Buster Blader, Bob Tway, Abstract Fun, Slither Alley, JB Genius, Arctic Fox. Thank you everyone for your support. Goodbye.